Okay. Hi guys. Let me just put this here. Okay. Yeah. Hi. So, I'm gonna start this series of data structures and algorithms because I'm also, preparing for my job now. And the thing that makes this a little bit different, because you're gonna ask like, hey, Devansh, like there are already so many videos out there, and like I don't know like how many amount of videos are already there, and like why are you gonna start it again? What's the point? So the thing is, from since college, and even school, like I've always been curious about like linking things with together. I mean, sometimes they kind of resolve in a different way, but just leave it. So with me is that I always love to link and correlate things in a way that it not only becomes interesting for me myself, but it also kind of makes me to remember the thing for quite a long time. And my study pattern, like always been from since school days, is like that. I always been like a lone learner. I like studied by myself, but what I did, since those time, is that I imagine there are people and I'm explaining things to them, whatever I'm reading or like trying to understand. So that helps me to build a really good habit of creating narrating the idea, concept, theory, or whatever it is, or the definition in a way that other people can correlate it. And I always came up with like really good examples quite a while, which are always been around like a people's experience. So I remember this from my college days when you know the the my friends who, like really good, the particular one got like always got good marks, like those one. So they were kind of remembering all the part of the program of operating system code of deadlock awareness and deadlock prevention one, and which are I think related to semaphores. So I kind of narrated a story of their own experience, like for their mother, and they involved in kind of way their house involved. So they just understood it so well. And eventually I did fail the exam, like that's a different story, but they kind of made out to it. And I remember this from a like really long time, being with my friend Pushkar. Like we have discussed, like he kind of explains to her, like he's the savior, man. He saved me quite a lot, I mean a lot of time he saved me just because before the exams in college. So the thing that makes this particular part different, or this particular series different, is that first we're going to start with maths, and not in going to much of the detail of the mathematical part, but kind of correlating and like looking at the really important mathematical part which are being used in the data structure algorithms. For example, like we have a theory, like we know that what logic gates are, like we know that. And it's just controlling the high and low voltages, and that's it. Like high current and low current, that's one and zero. But the question that always remains, like why there is an AND gate, why, like, from where did OR gate came from? I mean nobody answered that. And I even tried to look at, and I think I eventually didn't able to find those answers at that time. So now I think I probably have. So I started studying again the logic and proofs in discrete mathematics. Kind of they have the around that the complexity of the statements kind of help them build to come to a deduction, or come to a point where they like a satisfiability of the answer of a particular problem statement. So that's somewhere the idea is of the logic gate too, and these things are correlated, that the negation, then the and or the conjunction, then there are all sort of a conditional statement, biconditional statement. These things kind of have their particular practical implementation in physical form in a circuit board in your, even in your devices right now which you're watching this through. So these kind of things, like how data types are, like how they came, how arrays came, like what the problem that the early veteran programmers faced, that they had to create linked list or maybe trees and graphs, like how the complexity of the data structure evolved. Like these sort of answers have never been like I've never been able to have these answers. So I'm kind of creating this in a way where we're dealing with maths alongside with the data structure and algorithm, and with their implementation in C++ and Python. I know both these languages. I mean C++ I known from my school, which is taught by my teacher Rahul Tiwari sir. And I know Python in from my second year, because I kind of started studying it by myself from a book. Yeah, it was those were good days. So this series is going to be like, wait, I'll show you. Wait, um, if you kind of see here, what I did here is that it's kind of notes actually, but I did write a book because I want to be a little bit standard, because what gonna happen, I know about my unconscious mind, like it's gonna started making it into an informal way, where only I could understand in that pattern. So here is that maths is the first, so it's a part one of the book. Then second part is again gonna start from, hopefully, from recursion till the graph and other thing, fan victory and everything. So everything is going to be coded, and the mathematics, which is logics and proof, then set theory. These are like really important maths, which you all are going to see in competitive coding, sports programming, and throughout your programming career. And then there is algorithm and analysis. We're gonna see that what functions are, how they came, what big O notation, and worst case analysis. Both of these two things are like a little bit different, but they are kind of same. So evolve and how analysis and sorting do work. So my core motive here is to kind of make sure that you have to watch this just once, um like really really carefully, just once. I'm gonna make sure that the example you can correlate with, which is around your school life, your school experience, so you can correlate it quite easily. And then what was I say? I forgot. So that's how it is going to be, and hopefully we gotta make through it. So that's it for this video. We'll gonna upload the next video on the logic and proof. I've read it. I've come made the presentation. I did made the presentation, and yeah, I highly recommend reading. I'm gonna post this book probably on my blog. A link to the PDF, and I'm also gonna post like in a readable manner, like a blog post, like how this so I'm actually creating that for my job also. I also need to show some new projects. I mean, other ones are quite old now. So that's for this video. I highly recommend, if no yeah, if you're thinking that you're gonna go through these videos just right before exam, like don't do it. I might create some other video in a near future, or you might see some others video, but this is just for understanding. You're going to understand so well that if you want to get a job, you can get a job. If you want to do your own thing, you can do it. If you just want to learn, you're welcome. You're welcome in this series. So let's see in the next video. Bye guys.